All I knew is that there were a ton of people that were extremely dissatisfied with the way that it wrapped up in the manga, and that of course made me very worried about how the anime would stick the landing, or if it would just fumble and flop like a lot of other anime endings. But I'm happy to say that this was a beautifully fitting ending. I don't think it was perfect, there are still a few criticisms I have of it, but overall I think it is an incredibly strong finish to what I believe is a masterpiece of a show. Not just a masterpiece of anime, a masterpiece of a show in general. I really hold this series in high regard, and I am so satisfied with the way that it completes itself here. And it makes me wonder, what the fuck went wrong in the manga? Was the community just smoking on stupid juice or something? On that Scooby-Doo dick kush? I don't understand exactly what they didn't like about the ending, because I went back and checked. Apparently the ending in the manga is pretty similar to the ending in the anime that just aired, only the anime had a couple of tweaks, a couple of additions, and a few minor adjustments, but nothing major. The story beats are still, for the most part, the same from what I can tell. So why were people pissing and shitting over the manga ending? It's a good, satisfying conclusion.
Where did they go wrong? I don't know. Let's start with Eren killing his mom, but not being able to kill Berto. Eren can't go through with Mikasa being with another man, but is able to kill millions, and his mom broke down about having to kill a little boy, came to terms with that shit, and still just breaks down crying about Mikasa. Somebody who he had an actual chance to fuck and just never did. Like it just makes his character feel like it's regressing. We already see Eren literally get through that rough part of coming to terms with what he's about to do. We see him break down and cry, and then to see him do it again is just it's like over something that is way less serious. It obviously feels like his character is regressing. Historia and her baby, and the reveal of who the baby father is, being hyped up to be the massive reveal and integral plot to the story, only for Historia to be casted aside in the worst way I've ever seen a character be casted aside, probably in fiction ever. Levi and Annie's interaction makes no fucking sense. Annie herself makes no fucking sense. I'm really supposed to feel sorry for this bitch? Levi just says nothing to this bitch when she killed his entire fucking crew, the people that he was closest to, besides Erwin. The irony. Levi vows to kill Zeke when Zeke was literally just on the same mission that fucking Annie was on. Doesn't even say anything to this bitch. Doesn't even say anything to Annie. Like nothing, bro. Annie killed this nigga's he literally took this man pussy away. Nothing. Just nothing. Says nothing to the bitch. Nothing. That never gets addressed. Like, Isayama literally just forgot about that shit, bro. But where did they go wrong? Where's the shit writing at? No consequences for the characters, Ryder and Annie. Like none. They just all get to go home and just live happy lives. And the fucking criticism from niggas is that they think that we wanted this shit to be a fucking happy ending. Like, what?
The only theory I can formulate up here in my smooth little brain is that people just wanted a 100% happy ending where everyone wins, it's all sunshine and rainbows, and the world is perfect. And that would never be the case in a series like this. If they did go that direction with a happy ending, it would ruin Attack on Titan. It would run counter to everything that this series has propped up and framed.
Moist. That's literally what happened. that's literally what we got. like Eren is the only major character that died in the fucking ending. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, what? Like, everybody did survive. Like, what? Like, I'm confused, bro. Even when they shouldn't have. Like, no. There is too much plot armor going on in this final battle, which is another thing that I just couldn't get past. What I've always liked about Attack on Titan is that it has always felt like even the main character, Eren, could just, like, we see that in like the first 5 episodes. It always feels like anybody can die any moment. Like anybody. That's what I loved about Attack on Titan since I started watching it. That's why it became my favorite series because it literally, to me, it just shattered my expectations. And I thought I had found a author like Isayama that wasn't afraid to take risks, that wasn't afraid to you know, that wasn't afraid to not pull punches, only for him to just turn into a fucking pussy at the fucking end and just had these niggas surviving shit that they shouldn't have been fucking surviving at all. They're fighting against all of these Titan shifters, all of these Titans, and it's like 4 or 5 of them motherfuckers. The most powerful person is now crippled, and somehow nobody dies. They just all make it through. Stop it. Just stop it. Just stop it, bro. Alright, so I guess I have to be that guy. I gotta be that person that actually fucking does like that ain't afraid to not pull punches. I just wait till my story comes out, bro. Just wait till my story comes out. Just wait. Just wait until I come out with my own story. I mean, I just can't with these big anime YouTubers all having the same generic opinion and acting like they can't even fathom why people don't have a problem with it. Especially if you read the fucking manga. Because the anime at least does touch up and better the ending a little bit by changing the dialogue. Aaron's character was absolutely shitted on. In the anime, in the manga, he apparently doesn't know why he did the rumbling. When it seemed to me, he knew exactly why he wanted to do the rumbling up until this point, to free himself and his people. He literally fucking says the shit. When he starts the rumbling, he's literally like, freedom. Freedom is quite literally what he says. And all of a sudden, he doesn't know. And he's crying like a little bitch over Mikasa, so when he had ample time and more than enough opportunities to stick his dick in, somebody it just doesn't make any sense. But all of a sudden you crying when we've already seen you go as far from your own admission to kill your own mother, but you can't even get over Mikasa. Well, you knew she was on your dick the whole time, but literally treated her like dog shit. Pretty much every second you got, every chance you got, you treat this bitch like shit. But now you're crying about her? Like, that makes no sense. You've already came to terms with having to go through way more traumatic shit, like killing children, killing your own fucking mother, nigga. That in itself makes no sense. That makes no sense in the first place. It's like, why does Eren need to be the mastermind behind everything? It just seemed like a cheap shock tactic for the final ending by Isayama to get people gasping, but it makes no sense. It makes no sense. Eren's crying and talking about, oh, there's no other way, but we know that he had the ability to manipulate past events, like getting getting Dina's Titan to not eat Bertolt. Why would he not let the Dina eat Bertolt? Wouldn't that have been way better? That would, like, he skipped over Bertolt, but he had her eat his mother. What fucking sense does that make? Please, just stop it. Just stop it, bro. But there's no logical reasoning for why people can't like the ending. You just didn't understand it. You just didn't understand it. You just didn't understand the glazing. The Isayama glazing. You just don't understand the story. But I understand the story just perfectly fine. It's just shit. I understand that it's garbage. like, what are you talking about, bro? That makes no fucking sense. I understand that the story, that the ending of the conclusion of the story makes absolutely no fucking sense and just shits on all of the arcs that came before it. Why? Can somebody explain to me in the comment section why Eren thought it would be a better idea for Dina to skip over Bertolt but eat his mother? How the fuck would Dina eating Bertolt not have been a better thing to happen than having Dina eat his mother. Makes no fucking sense. And it's just one of those things that just raise more questions than answers. If Eren had the power to do all of this, he could have just, he's fucking unstoppable. The story would have never even needed to happen. So don't make Eren be that fucking powerful, because then nothing makes no fucking sense. The whole thing of what made Eren's story more so compelling is that we felt like he was backed into a corner. He saw his mother die. He wants to, like, he's not, like, come on, bro. It just raises more questions than answers, instead of answering the questions that were already not answered. It's more questions that don't get answered. It's more inconsistencies. So yeah, even with the anime bettering the dialogue, Eren's character still gets shitted on. You see, I'm gonna make Eren a dumbass apparently. Wouldn't Eren already understand that not wiping out the rest of the world would just give the rest of the world a chance to come back and kill the island? Especially since they didn't see what happened. So you can't just say, oh, this is some loose shit, like people keep trying to say. Because again, that makes no fucking sense. Because they wouldn't have even seen what happened. Most likely would have still have hate against parodies. You like, I just don't get why Eren thought leaving 20% of the world was a good idea. And we see it wasn't for parodies because it gets wiped out in the extended ending. So now Eren's just retarded because I thought he saw all this in his future memories, and the rumbling was his only way to save parodies and give his people freedom, but still the island gets attacked because he left 20% of them niggas alive. With the determined mentality that we see Eren is supposed to have early in the series to free his people no matter what, it makes no sense. You left 20% alive, why not? You might as well just wipe out the whole 100%. That makes no fucking sense. If you that determined to kill 80% of the world to free your people, you might as well kill off the rest of them. And at least you don't have to ever worry about nobody coming back to try y'all. Y'all can just live in peace and explore the world. Which I thought was Eren's fucking goal by any means necessary. Isn't that why we see him crying over a little child? Huh? Isn't that why we see him forcing himself to come to terms with killing children because he knows he has to do it? For the survival of his people, because there's no other way by his own fucking words. But apparently that just nothing. That just doesn't hold. That just goes to shit. That just doesn't matter either. Armin's character got ruined. You would have thought he had developed into more determination, that he was built up to be because Eren, he took the place of Erwin. He's the commander and he's still acting like a little bitch. What are we doing? Play a bigger role in defeating Eren. We thought he would have, like he was built up to, but it's still being absolutely dog walked by Eren. Why does Eren even have the ability to turn into a colossal titan in the first fucking place? Didn't he lose? Wouldn't he only have that ability of all the Titan shifters with the founding Titan, right? But he apparently lost the founding Titan's powers, which is why the rumbling stopped, because Zeke was killed. So why is he turning into the colossal titan all of a sudden? How is he still able to That never gets explained. Several characters became inconsistent. Hanji's death felt rushed and forced, like, again. There's so many things not even about the ending, but also just leading up to it. Like after 131, we just saw it crashing downhill.
One thing that I found extremely interesting here, and I can't help but draw a mirror to my favorite anime. Well, what was my favorite anime? I think Attack on Titan is now going to be my favorite, because I really do think they did nail the ending. Code Geass. Code Geass ends, this is big spoilers, Code Geass ends with our main character Lelouch being the ultimate villain, the biggest villain the world has ever seen, and he allows a symbol of hope to kill him. It was all part of his plan. Him and his best friend Suzaku, who is now wearing the original disguise of Zero, who becomes a symbol of hope, stabs Lelouch publicly in front of everyone, killing him, thus ending the evil, this cycle of hatred. Right then and there, hope prevails, and Zero is the hero, basically. In Attack on Titan, Eren had a similar motive that he unveils to Armin at the end. He wanted to be the ultimate evil, which he was. He destroyed 80% of humanity in the fucking rumbling, literally trampling them under his feet. And he wanted Armin and Mikasa, all of them, to kill him so that they would be the heroes. They would be the most important people in history because they stopped Eren Yeager, the ultimate destroyer. And I just thought that was so beautiful. And it, like, again, it draws an obvious comparison to the way Code Geass ends, in my opinion. But I really think they fucking nailed that concept. And it's not like it came out of nowhere. That does feel like something Eren would want to do.
Why do people think Eren wanted to be another Lelouch isn't consistent with his character when Pixis literally proposes that idea of someone making themselves to be the ultimate evil for people to unite themselves against? When he literally pitches that idea to Eren, when Pixis does that, when he says that's Eren, what does he say? He said he has no interest in that. So when I say Eren is acting out of character and that there's inconsistencies with his, people are just like, oh, people say like I'm reaching out of my ass. I'm not. Because we see Eren literally say blatantly, he has straight up, there's no, oh, this is how he can be interpreted. No, nigga. No, he says it straight up, verbatim. He has no interest in something like that. Eren has always shown no interest in that idea. He says to Pixis himself, he has no interest for that. Eren being another Lelouch doesn't make any sense, and it's not something that you can compare because the circumstances are completely different, aside from the fact that we see Eren says he has no interest in that. It just makes no sense to have it be implied that Eren is doing this for freedom, which is why he's seemingly wiping out the whole world, but all of a sudden be on some Lelouch shit. Again, you can't compare it. You can't say Eren was on some Itachi shit or some Lelouch shit because he actually was in the process of wiping out the entire world. Itachi's actions of being seen as the bad guy did the world a favor. Because in the grand scheme of things, it stopped things from getting a lot worse than what it could have been. It stopped the civil war from happening in the Leaf, which would have gave other nations the opportunity to come in and destroy them, and everything just would have turned to shit. With Lelouch, he didn't wipe out the fucking world. He just ruled over them and broadcasted it to the entire world so everybody could see him being fucking killed, so that everybody could truly unite against Lelouch. He actually did that. Eren wasn't fucking that. You can't compare those two things. You can't. Because Lelouch was it was consistent with him. How the fuck, like, just doesn't make any sense. How the fuck does Moist? How did this make Moist? How did Moist see this and be like, yeah, now this is my favorite show? How did he think that the ending did Attack on Titan better justice than Code Geass ending? And be like, yeah, now this is my favorite show after the ending. Like, I just don't understand that. This was my favorite show until the ending. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Doesn't make any sense. Code Geass, like, Eren being a Lelouch makes no sense. Because he actually was wiping out the world. He only left 20% alive. Like, are y'all not understanding that? like it doesn't make any sense. It makes negative sense, bro. Negative sense. I thought the whole idea of Eren is that he felt backed into a corner to do something that drastic, to wipe out the world because he just wanted his people to be free. It wasn't no act of fucking like wanting to, like, that's never what we got. That's never what was implied, bro. Same thing with Historia. Clearly to me, it seems like Isayama had a different vision for the show. He was building up all this needs to play out a certain way for Historia's baby to have a bigger role, and he just changed this shit last minute, and that's why everything feels rushed. That's why it seems like a whole bunch of stuff just comes out of nowhere. Because he clearly changed some shit at the last minute. That's what I get. That's the impression that I got from the first time I read the story. I thought we always saw that Eren just wanted freedom That's why when he's on that beach in the last episode before the time skip, he's like, if I kill all my enemies, will we finally be free? He just wants to be free. He's not trying to be on no Lelouch shit. He actually is planning to kill all them niggas so his people can be free. That's what makes Eren so compelling as a character. That's what made him so compelling as a character before we shitted on him and retcon his character. Because now all of a sudden, he just wants to be the villain to make his friends to like the hero. What? For the 20% of people left alive. Hey, he wants the 20% of people that he left alive to look at aliens as heroes. Stop it, bro. Just stop it. Yeah, bro. It makes no fucking sense. Considering that nobody actually saw the fight for that small amount of people. Who cares what they think? And the story already proved that I'm right, because the island still gets destroyed once the 20% of the world is able to bounce back. So everybody watching this video, y'all know that I'm right. The Alliance is hated back on Paradise because of the stopping of the rumbling. No cycle got ended. No peace was even like nothing, bro. Nothing, because nothing Eren was aiming to achieve that we thought he was aiming to achieve actually happened. And it was because of his own choice. He says that he wanted the Alliance to win. He wanted them to be looked at the heroes. Where did this come from? It made no sense. No sense at all, bro. Just no sense. No sense, bro. Nothing he showed that he wanted to do actually came to fruition. And it was his own fucking fault by choosing to not go through with it 100%. Like, what? Like, it's a complete spit in the face to Eren's character. Nothing he thought that we thought he was aiming to do, he ended up doing, even though it seemed like he was willing to do everything to keep his island safe by any means necessary. But apparently not, because he only wanted to destroy 80%. It seems like, instead of putting out this persona or putting out his energy that he's willing to destroy 100% of the world to ensure. Y'all know what the word ensure means? To ensure Eldia's freedom and protection. Apparently not. Saying it, Chief couldn't have said this shit any better. Eren's 80% plan was 100% trash. It just completely shits on everything Eren was supposed to be about as a character, which made his transformation to what he became so compelling. But no, Eren's character just got shitted on. And for some reason, Eren just gets retconned into being a genuine mass murdering psychopath. And people are just okay with that bullshit retcon, even though chapter 131 exists. I thought it was pretty clear that Eren didn't want to carry out the rumbling, but he simply felt he had no choice to for the good of his people, because it was the only way to ensure that his people would not have to worry about any more threats. But no, I'm just a crazy man. Because apparently, to people like Moist, he always wanted to do this.
Basically a genocidal maniac.
What is this, Moist? What is this? What is this? What is chapter 131? What is that? Is that from a different series? Is that what? Like, what? Eren crying over a boy? He's apologizing in advance because he knows that he's about to fucking murder a child? He's apologizing to a child in advance for murdering him. He's breaking down, crying in tears, but he's genuinely just a psychopath. Okay.
We finally get to see him, without the mask on. He no longer has that facade of being a stoic, uncaring menace. We get to see him break down, cry, and we get the whole kit and caboodle.
Again, we literally already saw this in chapter 131. We finally get to see him break down a cry. We see him do this in 131. We see it already happen. What do you mean we finally get to see him? The niggas genuinely don't remember 131. Like, they genuinely don't remember this chapter. They genuinely just their brains just skipped over this shit.
When Armin talks to him, Eren reveals that he is still just a fucking idiot that found a lot of power. He even says that word. He says he is a garden variety idiot who fell into a lot of power. And the only answer he has to any of the problems in the world is rage.
Bruh, like it's just it's like you can't make this shit up. He's just an idiot. That's my fucking point. Ishiyama literally made this nigga an idiot, a dumbass nigga, after showing all this development and showing this nigga being smart as fuck about his shit, doing what he needs to do to achieve his goals, and all of a sudden just turns him into a fucking idiot. And niggas just, you see how niggas just accept that shit. Yeah, he's just an idiot. He's just an idiot. We see that. It just goes to show you, Eren's always been a fucking idiot. Yeah, his character got shitted on. Like, that's my fucking point. He just ends up being an idiot in the end. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. All that shit he was doing, yeah, makes no sense. He's a fucking idiot now. What? Like, what? And bro, like, you don't see the fucking problem with that. But you can't make this shit up, bro. And then what is he going to say next?
Which is just a dumb idiot whose only answer to anything is violence. He never changed. He has always been a kid, basically, who is having a temper tantrum, but he gets so much power that that temper tantrum changes the entire world. And I've seen a bit of criticism over that scene, like, why would Eren start crying? This goes so against this character. And it's like you're not even watching the show, or you're watching it with just your brain turned off and clapping at all the flashy animation. Like, this is very in line with his character from the very beginning. He is the only character in this show that just doesn't change at all.
Bruh, you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. You can't make it up. He's the only character in the show that doesn't change? What? How in the fuck can two people watch the same shit and just misunderstand, like just completely interpret the shit just so differently? How did he not change? Eren literally had the most dramatic change of anybody in the entire series. Like, what? He just didn't change? Let's just go over that first. Yeah, he's just an idiot that just has a fucking temper tantrum. Oh, man, yeah, because being backed into a corner because the rest of the world hates you and knowing that you won't even get to explore the rest of the world and you have to worry about getting killed and all that. Yeah, that's a temper tantrum. Doing something, that's a temper tantrum. His only answer to everything is violence. What other answer did they have? We see from the extended chapters that the only way that they would have had of preserving the Eldian race was just to destroy the entire world. What other way what option did they have? But no, it just all boils down to a nigga. It's supposed to be a compelling story. That's what's supposed to make the shit so compelling. Because you know it's fucked up to wipe out the entire world. But at the end of the day, it's like Eren sees like, damn, this is the only way to ensure my people. Like, this is the only way to ensure the freedom of my people. That's what makes it so compelling. But no, it just all boils down to a fucking idiot. He's just a child that doesn't change. He doesn't change, bro. He doesn't change. This is chapter 46. Right after Eren found out Reiner and Berto were the Colossal and Armor Titan, right after he got fucked up by them niggas and captured, he's with Ymir. This is when Reiner starts being on his double personality shit. And Eren's like, how can you act like a victim? Because, Reiner's like, damn, like we killed all those people. Like, damn, like he's the trauma of doing that shit is affecting him. Eren's like, how can you act like a victim? What are you even thinking? Like, tell me, Berto, don't you remember what I said? I was right in front of you two. I told you about the time my mother was eaten by a titan, didn't I? About how she couldn't escape a shard of the gate you kicked down. Right? What did you think? What were you thinking that day? Berto's like, I felt sorry for you. Oh, I see. You two, you're not soldiers. You're not warriors. You're just murderers. You massacre people who do nothing wrong. You're mass murderers. Ryan is like, I don't need you to tell me that. Aaron's like, then stop acting like responsible citizens worried about the state of the world. You two aren't even human. Doesn't even consider Ryan human. He's like, what the? He's like, again, you're the one who turned this world into a living hell. Don't you see that? You murderers. Ryan says, so what do you want these murderers to do? You want us to repent? Do you want us to apologize? Will that satisfy you? The Ryan and Berto, you know, are going. And if all you want to do is cry about it, then go ahead, keep crying. Aaron's like, you're right, I was being naive. And all I can do now is work hard to make sure that you two die the most painful death possible. Later on, Ryan is like, you said you would make it your mission to see us die the most excruciating deaths possible. I remember you said that. That's why you're here, isn't it? Aaron's like, oh, did I say that? Oh, well, let's forget about that. He doesn't even remember that he said that shit. He has to be reminded by Reiner. This dude goes from vowing to avenge his mother to kill Reiner and Berto because he blames them. He thinks they're responsible. And then after he's like, oh shit, yeah, I did say that shit. I did say that stupid shit. Yeah, I realized it wasn't you, Reiner. But he doesn't change. What show were you watching? I think he got Aaron mixed up with Mikasa. Because Mikasa definitely doesn't change in the story. She just stays on Aaron's dick the whole fucking time. The whole fucking time. The whole fucking time. Even when it seems like Aaron and Mikasa is finally finna get some fucking character development after killing Aaron. Even when it seems like Isayama is finally finna force Mikasa to have some character development and finally get over the nigga, she's still just at the nigga grave. She's carrying his fucking head away. What is she finna do with that shit? What is she finna do with that shit? Carrying Aaron head away. Probably went to fucking massage her pussy lips with that shit. But yeah, Aaron's the only character in the show that doesn't change. He literally had the most dramatic change of any other character in the fucking series. What the fuck? Bro, like what are we doing, man? What are we doing? What are we doing? And then the retcon bullshit that happens at the end, and where all of a sudden he just doesn't know why he did the shit after chanting about freedom this whole fucking time. But he doesn't change. He doesn't change. Oh, he doesn't change. He doesn't change. He doesn't change at all. Which leads me to my next point, because he's like, people just wanted Aaron to stay emotionless. See, they were, why would Aaron show emotion? This is so out of character. We do not think Aaron is out of character for showing emotion. We saw him show emotion in 131. Nobody had a problem with that. I didn't see nobody on the internet complaining about that shit, because that's not whining. Him bitching and crying about a girl moving on that he had several opportunities to fuck for like years. She was on your dick and you just. It's not like Aaron didn't have the opportunity to live a life with her. No, I don't want that. I don't want Mikasa finding another man. Like, what is this shit? I want her to think about me and no one else for the rest of my life. What is this shit? What is this? That's what people have a problem with. Because it's fucking stupid. It's stupid. It's whiny. And then you got these niggas that keep trying to debate, talking about, no, it's not whiny. It's not whiny.
Immature thing. It's just expressing his emotions. himself. It's not. No, it doesn't matter because you're saying, oh, why? He's not like a petulant child just whining because he can't have candy.
That's exactly what he's doing.
No,
he knew he was gonna die. He knew he was gonna die before that.
Bro is most definitely crying because he can't have a candy out of the candy jar. He's literally saying, I want her to think about me and no one else. This nigga had the candy jar in front of on the table. The lid is off that motherfucker. The fucking lid is been off the motherfucking candy jar. Off that bitch. That shit been in front of Eren. Mikasa been throwing the pussy at this nigga. Been throwing the pussy all over this nigga. Since they was fucking kids, nigga. What are you talking about? The candy jar was in front of this motherfucker with the fucking lid off that bitch. Matter of fact, the candy jar spilled. Some candy fell out that motherfucker right in front of Eren, and he didn't even fucking do anything. And then right when somebody comes to pick up the candy jar, now he want to cry like a little bitch. Oh man, I can't have the candy. Motherfucker, the candy bin in front of you. The candy bin spilled out. The Mikasa bin throwing the pussy at you. What are you talking about? The lid is off the fucking candy jar. You still didn't do shit. But now all of a sudden, you knew you was exactly what Saint Chief said. You knew you was gonna die. You knew you was gonna die. You knew you only had a certain amount of time left. You could have easily fucked this bitch in the time. Bro, what was the time scale? They went from being like 15 to 19. This nigga had 4 years. 4 years, and you did nothing. You did nothing. You had so many opportunities. You knew she was on your dick, my nigga. She literally tried to kiss you, and you stood. You fucking stood. Bruh. You cannot make this up. You cannot make this shit up, bro. Bro, you can't make this shit up, bro. You cannot. You literally can't, bro. You literally can't. This nigga Eren was fucking Matrix dodging the fuck out of that pussy, nigga. Mikasa was just throwing the pussy at this nigga every which way, and Eren spent all of these years just Matrix dodging the fuck out that shit. But now all of a sudden, he's I don't want to think about nobody else but me. What is that? What is that? What is this shit? What am I watching? What did I read? What did I read, bro? What did I watch? Makes no sense. It makes absolutely no fucking sense. Especially considering the fact that we already saw this nigga cry over more serious things and have to get over more serious things. And apparently, this nigga has had to kill his own mother. Because now Isayama, dumbass, done fucking retconned this shit and made this fucking shit. Oh yeah. Let me make Eren be the one who killed his mother. Why? Why? You just ruined everything that came before the show. How does it not ruin everything? Eren's conviction. Why couldn't we just let Eren be the victim in that? Why did he have to be the mastermind behind everything? It makes no sense. That makes no sense. But now he like what? Like that doesn't make any sense. It makes negative sense. Like I already said, it makes negative fucking sense. No sense at all. You could have just let Eren be the victim in that. That's why his character is compelling. Cause he watched his own mother get killed. But then when you make him the reason for they just like what does that make? And then to have them already be past that point. And in the manga, like I said, it was 100 times worse because Armin punches Eren and calls him out for hurting Mikasa's feelings after he thanked them for wiping out the 80% of the world. But this is more serious. Eren could stand on business when it came to all that shit, but he couldn't stand on business when it came to goddamn Mikasa. He made it sound like he was doing all this shit for the greater good. Oh man, I don't want him to be with another man. I don't want it, but Eren don't change. Nigga turned into a bitch, bro. This is the Eren I know. This is the Eren I thought we had, nigga. Look at this nigga. Standing on business. Not giving a fuck about none of that shit. I don't know who this nigga is. Who is this? Who is this? I don't know. I don't know who that nigga is. I know who this nigga is. I know the nigga that know how to stand on business. I know who this Aaron is. Apparently, this nigga was standing on so much business, he was willing to get his own mother killed. But he can't get over a girl moving on when he had the opportunities to do whatever he want to that. Crying about a bitch. He had all the time in the world to fuck, but never even kissed. Get the fuck out of my face. It is white. I get tired of talking about this shit, bro. I get tired of talking about this stupid ass fucking ending. I get tired of talking about this stupid shit. I get tired of it. But I feel like I had to. Because niggas was like, I literally like was telling people like, yo, this is why I hated this. This is why I didn't like the shit. This is why it was just bad to me. And niggas still just like this was literally the comment that made me be like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and make a video. Cause these niggas don't be making no sense. I said all this shit that I just said in this video, I said all this shit. In the comments, niggas still responded talking about, well, to be honest with you, the anime actually made it good and natural. What did they make good and natural? They cleaned up the dialogue between Eren and Armin. Which I can give him some points to that because God was horrendous in the manga. But it's still bad. Like, what was good and natural? What was good and natural about this ending? What was good and natural? What felt natural about Eren being the one to kill his mother? When the whole time that's been his whole fucking motivation. Now all of a sudden, oh shit, like he the one who did it. He controlled the Dina's Titan. Had it fucking skip over Berto. He had all this power. He let it kill his mother. What was natural about that? What was natural about what was natural about that shit, my nigga? What was natural? What was natural about it? Like that, I don't like y'all just what? Somebody need to explain that shit to me. What was good and natural about that? Since even Titans don't exist anymore, they will still wage war and revenge. Even if Marlans had a change of heart, other countries will eventually take attack. That was the whole point of destroying the world. That was the whole point of Eren wiping out the entire human race aside from Paradis so that they would not have to worry about that. Because Eren specifically said, I cannot leave Eldia's fate to chance. I cannot gamble Eldia's future. I don't have a problem with the Titans not being erased. I don't have a problem with that. I'm pretty sure Eren was planning to do that anyway. But he, like you said, there was still wage war and revenge. Even if that Marlens had a change of heart, other countries would still eventually take it. So again, that was the whole motivation behind Eren. He couldn't leave Eldia's fate to chance. He couldn't gamble Eldia's future, but we just skip. Oh man, we just skip over that. We just skip over that. Apparently now Eren doesn't know why he did it. When I thought that he made it pretty fucking firm and clear why he was doing it. He didn't want to gamble Eldia's future. He wanted to be free. He wanted his people to be free. Freedom. That's what he's saying as he begins the rumbling. Freedom. Those who are able to see all of the world, those who must be the most free. That was the reason. Now all of a sudden he doesn't know. Anybody that threatens that freedom, he's gonna get rid of them. If that's what he has to do. If that's what his only options look like, that's what he's gonna do. That's what I thought we saw. But now all of a sudden, people just forget. They just have amnesia. So it doesn't feel weird to them when Eren all of a sudden doesn't know why he did the shit. Again, they wouldn't know. These niggas wouldn't know shit writing if it slapped them in the face. That's why you have all these fucking shit shows that they get to continue on and that literally just insult people's intelligence because they just eat the shit up. Like, it's amazing that Moist will say some shit like, oh, well, these people sound like they just enjoyed the flashy animation and didn't watch anything. That's what these niggas sound like. It's literally the opposite, bro. All you gotta do, just like I said with Dragon Ball Super Broly, why it was trash, why it was absolute garbage. Niggas are just, again, blinded and mind controlled by flashy animation, by good animation, and they just don't see shit right, and they don't see bullshit inconsistencies. They aren't willing to call that out because they just get caught up in their emotions. That's all it is. Eren had the great power to change the world, so he tries to do that. But unfortunately, he was caught up in a moment to the point he realized how it felt stupid. He was for committing it felt stupid for he was committing a genocide. Regardless, he still needs to do what he needs to do. How did it feel stupid? The worst of the world wanted to destroy them. What was stupid? Regardless, he still needs to do it. This nigga not making no sense. He felt stupid, but regardless, he still needs to do what he do. So, okay, he felt stupid. So, but you're saying he still needed to do what he got to, but he didn't. He didn't do that. He fucking changed. Like, I'ma just had this nigga just change out of nowhere. Made this nigga's motivation and conviction earlier in the series pointless. Because really the point of the ending is you already have freedom, even in little and seemingly meaningless moments. Hatred is strongest love, and Mikasa accepted her to press the truth. This nigga just saying shit. This nigga just saying shit. Because I don't know what the fuck this dude is talking about. Because the point of the ending is to realize you had freedom even in little and seamless, meaningless moments. Where was that ever emphasized? Hatred is the strongest love. Mikasa accepted her to pray. This nigga just saying shit. What did she accept? Literally. Sitting on his grave. Still crying. I can't remember how much time passed after that final battle up until that point. Still crying. What did she accept? She still has a scarf. That dirty ass fucking scarf. Probably got fucking. She probably got fucking E. coli and fucking salmonella, all these diseases from that fucking scarf contaminated her neck. She probably burning. She probably burning like a motherfucker. All because of that dirty ass fucking scarf she never took off. What I would have wanted if Mikasa killed Eren, it would have been symbolic if Mikasa, I don't know, gave the fucking scarf back to Eren. As she killed him and then, had him be buried with that shit. And it would have symbolized Mikasa getting over Eren. That would have made sense. That would have been some development for Mikasa. Finally letting go. Realizing she had to take the monster down. Not changing Eren's conviction. Having him continue to be the big bad. Having him stay a villain. What the fuck is happening? Trying to redeem him and be like, well, you know what? I'm going to leave 20% alive. No. That's what made it so compelling. I'm not taking no chances. I can't leave Eldia's fate to chance. Have this nigga stand on business. And if the Alliance does kill him, they kill him because they have no other choice. Not because Eren lets them fucking win. Like, what the fuck? What is this bullshit? He's never like this. What? Even though I do think it probably would have been better to just have Eren wipe the rest of them out, because I can't see a way of writing them winning that would have been realistic. Because unless if you let Eren keep his powers, that's why I wouldn't have made Eren that powerful, because now you have to reach and have all this plot armor for the Alliance to win, and it would have just made more sense if Eren would just wipe the motherfuckers out. If we're being realistic, but if they were gonna kill Eren, that would have been a satisfying end. I wouldn't have had a problem with that. Mikasa, if she like gave the scarf back to Eren and it symbolized Mikasa getting over Eren, that's like some level one step one shit that Isayama could have did to symbolize Mikasa's character. But he just turned into such a shit writing in the end that he couldn't even fucking do that shit. God, bro, like do these people know how to do anything right? Nothing right. Just garbage. Just absolute filth, bro. Wait till I come up with my own story. Cause he couldn't even think to do that for some reason. The same dude who, that's why I don't believe this nigga actually wrote the final chapter. Cause it's the same dude, unless there was another nigga writing the rest of the story. Cause it makes no sense. It's literally like a different person wrote this shit. He wrote Orange Charge, all of these just amazing moments, and it just, he couldn't even think, well, you know what? Let me have Mikasa give Eren his scarf back. Let me have Mikasa's character develop this way. Let me symbolize Mikasa letting go of Eren. It's how the shit was executed, bro. That's what I don't like about the ending. And bitter and unsatisfying as it is, Isayama still sticks to his directions. No, he doesn't. He clearly changed the ending. He clearly fucking retconned some shit. What directions did he stick to? He didn't stick to none of this shit. He didn't stand on no type of business. Because he has his story of being built up to play a big role with her pregnancy. Has his big reveal being hyped up. Nothing happens. What directions did he stick to? He changed it. He clearly changed some shit. That's what it seems like. Then just tried to put in all this other shit, rush this bullshit. It's like, you had this actual compelling parallel between Eren and Historia. Again, I don't give a fuck about the shipping wars. I'm just going over which one had more narrative weight, which is Eren and Historia's relationship, because they actually had a parallel with each other. Historia was the first one that put that seed in Eren's head. He's like, I don't give a fuck about humanity outside the walls. Humanity can die. All of humanity can die outside of the world for that matter. Because Eren was willing to let himself be sacrificed. And then Historia sparked that seed in him. Eren says that she did. Eren says it. So they have this dynamic. It was clearly building up to this moment. And it would have made all the sense for Eren to stick to that shit. And use that moment of weakness being shattered by Historia's conviction to say fuck humanity as fuel. And that would have made sparked the perfect dynamic between them for their relationship. Shit would have flowed smoothly. He didn't stick to shit. And then he says, after all, Attack on Titan isn't your typical happy-go-lucky series. Why are you telling me that? When did I ever complain about Attack on Titan not being happy enough? That's literally one of my criticisms, is that the ending was too happy. Like, too many people got away with shit that they shouldn't have got away with. The characters had plot armor, clearly, because they shouldn't have even survived the first second of the battle against Eren. If he was even halfway serious. The only way to justify it is by saying, well, you know what, Eren would let them win, which obviously wouldn't make any sense. And I already went over why it didn't make sense. Because again, it makes no sense for Eren to all of a sudden be on some loose shit. I already went over all that. Not to keep repeating myself. But that's how you would just justify it. And again, it honestly would have just been a much more smoother ending for things to flow that much smoother. For Eren actually to win, to be a fresh start. But it's a bittersweet ending because he knows that he had to kill his friends and make that huge ass sacrifice in order to ensure that, he would have his freedom and that his baby would be free. If you want to go down the line of him being Historia's father, which, I mean, like, Historia pretty much said, like, yeah, like, nigga told this nigga, like, what if I was to get pregnant? And like, who, like, what sense does it make for anybody else to be the father? I mean, come on, like, let's just be honest here. And then Eren holding, his story, his baby, saying, "You are free." It's not hard to make this shit a good story. It's not hard. And again, just think about how shocking and bittersweet that would have been. That wouldn't have been a happy ending. But it would have fit. And niggas just glazing. You see, I'm talking about. Oh, he sticks to his convictions. He sticks to his directions. Just glazing them. just glazing. Just glazing. Just all this glaze for no reason. Cause you want to know this dude comments something else. Yeah, sure, it felt pointless and bitter, but that's the point of war and violence anyway. And again, it's like, who? Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but it's like, nigga. Come on, bro. Come on. Come on. Okay, it's like that's Eren was trying to end that cycle. That's what his whole goal was. Then he's like, okay, I can't leave it to chance. I can't gamble Eldia's future. Then he's just like, you know what, Armin, I'm gonna just leave the rest to you. Hopefully you can fucking figure it out. Like, what the fuck? Like, his whole thing is, I'm not leaving this shit to chance. I see the future. These niggas ain't seeing what I'm seeing. I see what's going let Eldia be free. This is the only way. Also, do you remember that one panel where Ymir is imagining herself letting King Fritz die and stay alive instead of for her children? And that also applied that she just realized King Fritz never loved her and just used as a tool, thus no longer having an obsession with him, and then it set her free. Like, what? That's the whole point of Eren's fucking character. Getting Ymir to change her mentality. Eren being about to know, we not finna just lay down and take this shit. But then he just regresses and just say, you know what, we just gonna lay down and take this shit. Armin, you try to figure this shit out. Oh, you failed anyway. The island got destroyed anyway. But oh shit. Oh well. The cycle just repeats. That everything was fucking pointless. What's the point of even telling the story then? Like, what's the point of Eren's character then if he just go back and conform to the cycle just repeating? What's the whole point of his freedom shit? What's the whole point of his slave to freedom shit? Because he's going to stop at nothing to be fucking free. But all of a sudden he doesn't know. Oh yeah, Armin, I just leave it to you. Fuck it. What? Like, and I ain't even... I ain't even started on the centipede shit. I ain't even got to that shit. I'm not even going to talk about that shit. Because this video already an hour long. But to see all this shit, to see everything that I'm saying and be like, and to just jump and be like, Attack on Titan is your happy-go-lucky series. Like, I'm criticizing the ending for not being happy enough. What? This nigga much critical. It's like, that's the only thing I can think of is that they just wanted it to be a happier ending. They literally, bruh, Isayama literally gave this shit aside from the extended manga chapters, He literally gave it the happiest ending that he could have gave it, given the circumstances. Like no. Reiner got to go home with his mom, and he got to go home with her father. Everybody got to go home. Levi just doesn't even fucking say anything to fucking Annie. Meanwhile, he made it his entire fucking life's mission to kill Zeke for killing Irwin and all the other niggas that he killed. And you can't tell me Annie didn't have more fun than Zeke. Hell, she was spinning niggas around like they was a fucking yo-yo. She was having time of her life, nigga. She was having fun, nigga. She was having fun. But no consequences. She just gets to go home and fuck Armin. Annie just gets to go home and fuck Armin. No consequences. Just absolute, but we think the ending wasn't happy enough. What? All the shit with Reiner, throw all that shit out the window. We just gonna have this nigga sniff a letter from fucking Historia. He's sniffing Historia's letter. That's what his character amounted to. No consequences. No, none of that. And I really had a nigga come and try to say, oh, Levi, it's in character for Levi to not say anything to Annie. Based off of what? He literally made it his life's mission to avenge Irwin. But the bitch who killed his entire fucking crew took away his girl. Nothing. Even though Zeke helped him, still wanted to kill Zeke. So no, like it's like nothing, like just nothing. I mean, Reiner, bro, like what? Enough of these niggas didn't die. Only Hanji. Aaron can say the rest of his friends, but he can't say fucking Hanji. He can let the rest of his friends go home. Fuck Hanji though. What Aaron got against Hanji? Why he just want to kill? He just let Hanji die though. Fuck Hanji, but everybody else. Even Levi crippled old ass. He survives. But just nothing. Forced all this shit. Nobody is saying that. But that's what y'all niggas jump to. Y'all jump over all this shit and be like, yeah, y'all mad because the ending wasn't happy enough. I mean, what? Like, bro. Like, these niggas gotta just have the IQ of a fucking cinnamon stick. These niggas got the IQ of a fucking blueberry biscuit, of a cherry Pop-Tart, they got the IQ of a buttermilk pancake. They got the thinking capacity of a bowl of cereal with no milk in that motherfucker. No spoon in that bitch either. I'ma still stick 6 directions. Just the glaze, bro. Just the leaps and bounds that these niggas gotta jump to defend shit writing. Oh, you just didn't understand it. You just didn't understand the story. Again, just the glaze. You didn't understand it. You just didn't understand it. That's all I hear. Just the glaze. You just didn't understand the story. Just glazing all over Isayama. Just all this glazing, all this spit, all this gok. For what? Because you can't call out shit writing. Oh, you gotta use all this mental gymnastics. You gotta literally ignore all this other shit that happened earlier on in the story. There's no inconsistencies with his character. Just to glaze and gok Isayama just to excuse his shit. The people's unwillingness to call out shit writing will never cease to amaze me. It's all over this nigga. All over him. It's all over him. Doesn't cease to amaze me. Oh, he just didn't understand it. I understand it right. I understand this shit perfectly well. I just understand that it makes no fucking sense. If this many people are struggling to make sense of the fucking of the ending, this many people are struggling to come to are struggling to understand what the fuck happened. That just shows how bad of a writing this shit is. Good writing is able to make it subtle, but still obvious enough for motherfuckers to understand the theme of what the story. I don't know what the fuck what the fuck is this? They still understand the point of the story. They still understand shit, but it's still subtle enough. Like Breaking Bad. Nobody is complaining about the ending of Breaking Bad. Nobody. Everybody is just praising the ending. Just glazing the ending. Rightfully so. Glazing the show. Rightfully so. Because it deserves to be glazed. It deserves to be in the middle of a Krispy Kreme donut. Because the writing for Breaking Bad is good. Everybody generally agrees that the writing for Breaking Bad was good. Because the writing is good. But you have these shows like Attack on Titan, The Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, where people drop the ball in the ending. Dragon Ball Super, all this shit. People don't like this shit. Naruto's ending, like the problems in the war. People don't like this shit because it's not good writing. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. Plot holes, plot inconsistencies. Didn't make no fucking sense. The way she was introduced didn't make no fucking sense. Like it doesn't make any sense. Last of Us 2, another one. Forcing characters into making characters inconsistent to make a outcome happen. Like it's just bad writing. People just want to keep glazing these young. Oh, you should understand it. You should understand. You should understand. Speaking of glazing, top 5 most glazed Naruto characters coming right after this shit. Sorry for the wait.